Hey everybody, Retro Gaming Guy here. Today in this video, I'm psyched to dive in and test out with you guys this new product that I recently picked up. This is a controller. In fact, it's the PB Tails Crush wireless controller here. Works with a bunch of different devices. I have it in ruby red, which I think definitely looks pretty cool. But we're going to unbox this. We're going to test it out after, of course, we comb through all the different functions and features. But one thing that I noticed right off the bat is that the packaging on here is exceptional. It actually lists all the functions and features on the back side of the box here. And it also not only does that, but it tells you how to make all your different settings adjustments, how you can actually map different controls on here, how you can switch modes. It basically pulls all the useful information from the manual, posts it directly to the back side of the box. So it saves a ton of time and it's super efficient that way. I've yet to see anybody else doing that. And I just think that that gives me the best first impression possible, because the first thing I typically do with manuals on anything that I open up is, if I'm not filming a video, I'll throw it over my shoulder, because who has time to read through any of the manuals? And I'll usually just kind of mess around trying to figure things out for myself. It's not the most efficient way to do it, but it's the way that I do it, and I'm sure it's the way that most of you guys do it too. So the fact that everything is literally outlined for you, idiot-proof, on the back side of the package, for me is a huge win. It's going to save me a ton of time, but let's dive into this and check out the controller, see what it has to offer us, and then we got to test it out. Let's dive into it. All right, guys, here's our package. Now, I do apologize for the glare. That's because this is super glossy. It looks really sharp, though. Now, if I flip this over, this is exactly what I was talking about. It not only shows you the layout of everything here, but it also points to each of the amazing functions and features here. Now, over here, one thing that I want to talk about is the fact that this offers a mag case. Now, a mag case, and I'll read it right from here word for word, magnetic mag cases enable 1-second quick swaps for instant style changes. That's the coolest feature on here, in all honesty. You can actually change out that red piece right there, literally in 1 second, pop that off, bring in a new piece over there, and change the color. They offer a bunch of different color options here, so I think that's really cool to customize your look and feel here. But in addition to that, we have a bunch of different options here with your turbo button, how to actually enable turbo rapid fire. It walks through all the different options that you have right there. Now, right below that, it walks through how you can actually customize your RGB strip colors, in addition to customizing your A, B, X, Y, and logo colors as well. So I think that's another great way to actually customize your look and feel here. And it walks through literally all of the steps necessary to make these settings adjustments and to customize this externally. Right here on the back side, it also tells you how you can actually cycle through your different color combinations. So let's go in here now and start opening this up. Now, this also offers Hall effect joysticks as well as triggers here. So I'm really excited about that, because that's definitely something that I look forward to. Now, before we unveil that, let's actually go through here and see what else is included. So if we comb through here, it looks like we have some cables probably in there. And then here is our user manual. And even though it walks through all that great stuff on the outside, let me just clean this area up. Let's see what the manual is actually like here. Let's see. And now it looks like a lot to take on here, in all honesty, and that's where I go wrong with manuals every single time. So I love the fact that, again, it outlined everything nicely and neatly for us on the back side. But most of this is just because it's in different languages. But over here we have our instructions in English. It walks through product contents here, operation cautions, safety precautions, key features, and those are that it's plug and play, perfect compatibility with Switch, customizable RGB lighting system, swap out mag case, which we talked about, compatible with Windows 7, 8, 10, 11, Steam platform as well. Let's see, what else do we have? One-click switch between X and S mode, native Android system compatibility, and that would be in the DINput mode, and compatible with open source systems like Raspberry Pi and Batocera, so that's pretty cool. So really great features on here, but again, I love the fact that we have all this outlined for us on the back of the packaging, right back here. So let's actually take a look at, okay, let's see what we have in here. This is, I'm sure, our charging cable, and it's USB-A to USB-C, so kind of what I was expecting. Nice braided cable, though. Good length on this, I could tell. All right, guys, let's take a look at the actual controller here. You can see the layout and design of this. Now, first and foremost, it looks really sharp, very sleek design here. They say that you can swap out the entire case here in about 1 second, so let's see. I mean, it's pretty quick. I don't know about 1 second, it's more like 3, but I'm sure if I got really good at timing it, I can get it down to 1 second. So how does this stay in place here? We've got magnets on the inside of the actual casing here, given it obviously the name mag case. That makes sense. And we've got what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different little magnets here that lock this in place. So if you wanted to say, hey, I'm tired of red, let me go get blue, you can get a blue one from the company, pop that in place. All you have to do is obviously line up those joysticks there and push it into place. Locks right in there, and it's very safe and secure. You can see you definitely have to, disengage those magnets there and kind of pull them apart, but very easy to do that. Now, this feels really comfortable in my hands. This is probably, in all honesty, the most comfortable controller I've ever held. And it almost feels like, let me see the side profile here. There's a nice arc to this, and it feels like it almost elevates the center of the controller upwards for you. So it's just very easy to hit everything. It feels really comfortable. It feels just like they're kind of almost on a pedestal there. So these are Hall effect joysticks, and they feel really smooth, very precise. You can see how effortless that is to just kind of navigate that. A, B, X, and Y 4-button configuration. Take a look at the side profile. They are low profile, so you don't have that, that thick distance or that long distance to actually engage each button. Makes it a little bit easier to, hit those buttons quicker. We obviously have the button effect here for L3 and R3 on the actual joysticks or analog sticks. So over here we have our D-pad, and let me see if you can see it that way. You can see it has a dip in the middle, so what's really nice about that is you can just kind of rest your thumb there in the center and glide that around in whichever direction you're looking to navigate in. We have our plus and minus here. We have some additional buttons up here at the top. This one is going to be our on button here. Now up here at the top we have obviously our charging port. We have our different modes that you can switch right here. So really a nice layout to this. It feels super comfortable. Now we have Hall effect triggers here, and these seem to be really responsive, and you can see the action on here. They pop right back into place. Really comfortable too, and my fingers just automatically line up perfectly with them. Now the shoulder buttons, the LB and RB up here, very responsive too. There's no sweet spot, and when I say sweet spot, sometimes with controllers what we end up with is a spot where it performs best, and then we have to find ourselves trying to always hit that same spot to get the best result. It doesn't matter here if we hit over here on the edge, dead center, or over on the inner edge here. You can even hear it. It performs the exact same way no matter where your finger lines up on there, because with shoulder buttons, everybody's finger is going to kind of line up in a different spot. Whereas triggers, your finger might be right here dead center, or it might be over here, but the functionality is usually pretty similar. So really a nice setup here. Now we got to test this out obviously, but it feels really, really, really comfortable. I'm going to actually jump in here on my PC. So I'm going to be just testing it out with PC. But again, we ran through all the different things that you can use this with. Pretty much any device out there for the most part, this is going to be compatible with. So let's check out some PC games today and see how this actually feels and performs.
Targets removed. 2 remaining. Just want to tell facts and say that. Weapons online. Severe damage taken. Targets removed. 1 remaining. Running scared, Batman. Weapons online. Threat neutralized. Mission complete.
Coming up on the quarry.
Hey, Blue, thread the needle with me. Red's down, red's down.
Looks like I'm the only one left.
All right, guys, so I want to kill the lights a little bit here because I want to show you guys some of the RGB lighting features. So really unique way of doing this is we hit the T button, which is located right here, along with our D-pad different direction buttons to actually change the layout of the RGB lighting in our buttons. So we'll hit T and we'll go over here. Notice the color difference over here. Same thing, we'll go down and you'll see how all these colors are actually rotating every direction that I hit. So they circle around. Now the other thing we can do is we can change the strip lighting here. All we have to do there is hit the T button up here, and then we'll do the same thing we did with D-pad, but we'll do it with the analog stick. So take a look down here. Every direction we actually change the colors, and you can see it kind of bouncing off of my desk here. So once we find one that we like I like this blue, I'll just go ahead and let go of everything and it automatically stays. So really a unique way to enjoy using this controller. Lots of cool features to, you know, see and experience here. All right, guys, PB Tales has definitely knocked it out of the park with the Crush controller here. I love the options for customizing this, whether you're swapping out the mag case or you're just simply adjusting the RGB lights, not only on the buttons, but also on the strip at the bottom. It just creates a very cool and interactive experience with the controller, but that has no effect on performance. So let's talk about the performance of this. First off, very easy to connect this over via Bluetooth to whatever device you want to use it with. I used it with my PC today. We have up here the mode switch, easily accessible at the top of our controller. On the other side, we have our pairing button. Simply hold that down for 3 seconds, and this literally paired for 4 seconds. It took 3 seconds just to holding that down, and instantly, just like that, my PC picked up on it. It vibrated as it confirmed, and I was able to jump into all my games. I didn't even have to map them, in all honesty. So it was just a great experience here. The Hall effect joysticks as well as triggers are 100% on point, super smooth, very responsive. Same with the buttons over here as well. These are low profile buttons. So what I love about that is we don't have like a tall action on it where we have to fully engage that, and it just takes a little bit longer if they are taller buttons. Everything, again, low profile, very easy to hit all your buttons on point. No lags or delays or any sort of latency that I experienced in any of these games. So that was 100% perfect as well. But just creates a really awesome experience here that is fully customizable, definitely high quality across the board. And I talked about the pitch of the actual controller here, how it feels like it almost creates like this sort of pedestal where all of your controls are kind of elevated. It's hard to explain, but it just feels really well sculpted to my hands, and everything just lines up perfectly on here. Also, the D-pad, I mentioned this before, it's kind of pitted in the center. So you have a low point where your thumb kind of sits on there, and then it goes upwards where each of those cross pieces are. So very easy to just kind of rock your thumb back and forth as you navigate in different directions. Just really smooth performance there as well. So in all honesty, I really cannot find anything wrong with this. The battery life on here is, I mean, I can't even tell you how long it lasts, but I played for about 3.5 hours today, and there's no signs that this needs to be recharged, and I never even charged it coming out of the box today. So really a great experience all around with this. And again, those customizations just create that really interactive and customized experience for me. So love what this offers. You know, the only criticism, I guess, if I was really struggling was it says you can actually swap out the mag case in 1 second. I think it's 2 or 3 seconds. That's literally the only thing I can come up with here, but I love how nicely put together it is. It's on point, really top quality, definitely check it out. I'll put a link up here at the top of your screen as well as in the description of this video. But that's going to do it for today. Let me know what you guys thought of this really cool controller that can be used on a wide range of devices. Thanks for watching today. Be sure to hit subscribe. And if you enjoyed the content today, please give me a thumbs up. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you in the next video.